When giving stops being what you do and becomes who you are, everything changes. Welcome to day 209 of our Supersize You annual challenge. Sharon, Horne-Ellstrom here. This whole month we've been talking about, and we're coming to the end of the month, contribution and what it means to you and how we do it, different ways of contributing, different ways we can contribute. But the real shift happens, and I'm going to share Kelly's story today, just a message that she sent me, because I think it's the shift that all of us are undertaking. It happened to me a long, long time ago. All of a sudden I realized, oh, I guess I am a giver. I do give value. I do add. I do help other people. And it feels really good, so I'm going to keep on doing it. And at some point, my identity shifted from being I just give things randomly here and there. I help out where I can here and there, to it's just automatic now for me. I don't even think about it. If somebody asks me a question, I answer it. If somebody asks for help, it's within my zone of genius and I can help and I have the capacity, I will just do it. And I don't think about what am I going to do to contribute today. It's just automatic. It's part of my identity and who I actually am. And I suspect it's happening to several of you too, if you've been following along and doing the single daily action. Here's what Kelly said. And here's what I noticed. I noticed that at the beginning of the month, and we started talking about it, contribution was something that everybody would just do and do randomly or not do at all. And as the month progressed, it became a discipline and a practice. When you do one little thing every day, which is why I structured this challenge that way, which is why it's a freaking year. Because you know what? Most people will quit, just like most people quit everything. But we can't quit on ourselves, right? And I think giving to ourselves is the gift of saying, I'm going to do this. I'm going to stick with this. I'm going to make a decision and a choice, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure I'm better at the end of this year than I was at the beginning. And this is just one step of it. But along the way, even with the annual challenge or anything else new that we do, at first it's really, really hard, right? It's hard to stick to something. But then all of a sudden, if we commit to doing it and we just do a little thing every day, all of a sudden we start looking forward to it. It's like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do tomorrow? What are we going to do today? What else can I do in this area to enhance it for me and my life and have a better experience with it? So here's what Kelly had to say. She said, I need a magnifying glass. Why do I ever even do this? I wasn't thinking about it anymore. I wasn't planning my contribution for the day. It was just happening. A call to check on a friend, a resource shared without overthinking, an opportunity to advocate that I took without hesitation. I realized contribution had stopped being a project. It was becoming a reflex. It was becoming who I am. And the turning point for many of us is the moment every habit becomes an identity, right? The reason a lot of people can't quit a bad habit is because they identify with the thing that they're doing. So for example, if you say, I am a smoker, I'm just a smoker, it's who I am, guess what? You're going to be a smoker for life, or a drinker, or whatever it is. If you say, I'm an awesome entrepreneur, I am a great mother, and you adopt that identity, you become that, you are that. When I say I am, that's what we are and how we see ourselves. So I challenge you to be careful with what you say. I am. Oh, I'm sick today. Are you sick, or are you just feeling under the weather? There's a big difference in our psyche and our body when we say that. When we say I am something, I think we should only say I am something if it's something you truly, truly want and desire. Otherwise, take that out of your vocabulary. Excuse me, my throat's kind of cloggy today. So let's talk about this in a little bit more depth, and let's just think about it and ask ourselves, am I a giver or am I a taker? I think we asked this at the beginning of the month, and you know the answer to that. And neither is right or wrong. There's just different types of people on the planet. But are you saying, I am a giver, I am a taker? And what if you flipped the switch on that and said, I am a giver, and then identified with that and saw yourself as a giver and as a person that makes the world a better place and contributes to society or the people and the places and the situations around you? What kind of impact would that have on your life? I'm going to tell you right now, it'll have a profound impact on your life. I know from personal experience, I know from seeing thousands and thousands of people, you can almost see when the switch flips. Yeah, you can see it in their eyes. They perk up, and then all of a sudden It isn't a chore. It isn't something they have to put on their to-do list. It isn't something that we have to think consciously about in order to do it. Because once we adopt the identity of something, our subconscious feeds us everything we need to know, do, be, and have to actually live out that identity. That's why identity work is so powerful, which is why I should do some more of it with myself, right? We all should. There's always ways we can continually improve. You know, the hardest part wasn't day 1. It was probably about day 14 or day 15 when you're like, I'm sick of this. This is boring. I don't want to do this anymore. All the things that are most important to us and how we master anything is by putting the effort into it, especially on the days we don't feel like it. Now, this is day 3,101, I think, for me doing videos. I missed one day for COVID because I couldn't even put 2 words together, much less a whole video. But there's days still when I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, my hair's awful. I've got a headache. I don't want to do my videos today. And then I think, no, I am a daily video content producer. I'm going to do it. I made a commitment to myself. And here's my trick is I make commitments a year at a time. And I think that actually secretly that helps me over the hump days when I don't feel like doing it, or when when my hair's really horrible, or when my makeup turns out like Cruella de Vil or something. I don't know how her makeup is. It's probably black and white, but I think you understand my point. My makeup's really bad. And I can guarantee my makeup will get progressively worse until I can't do it anymore because I can't see. But I'll still probably find a way to show up anyway. But what I do is I commit in 1 year chunks. And I started it, this is year 9, 8+ years ago when I said, okay, I'm going to do an annual challenge so I can get comfortable doing video. And I showed up every day, and it was do one thing every day that scares you. And it was about stretching our comfort zone. Because for most people, showing their mug on a video is super duper scary and hard. And guess what? Once you start doing it, you'll find out you don't die. It doesn't kill you. You just get better and you do more of it and you keep practicing until you get to the point that you feel confident and good about it. But for those days that I didn't want to do it, I had already made a commitment that I would show up every day for a year in advance. And so that means if I'm going to do what I say I do, and I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do, I'm going to do it every single day. I'm going to show up. I'm going to do it every day. There have been a couple times when I did it at 10 o'clock at night because life gets lifey in our way. And sometimes we have to be, not sometimes, every day of our life. If you can adopt the attitude of flexibility, you're light years ahead of everybody else. And not just going with the flow, but consciously going with the flow of what doesn't matter and only pushing back on the things that actually matter to you based on your core values and your beliefs, etc. So hardest part isn't day 1. It's those days along the way when you're like, you've committed to doing something and it's boring and repetitive or it's uncomfortable until you do it a lot and then it's comfortable. The antidote to fear is action. The antidote to anything is action, right? You only get the things that you want when you're in action and motion. So contribution, it doesn't need to be big to be important. It doesn't need to be big to be real. I always say, do what you can with what you've got right now. All of us have gifts and skills and abilities and talents, even if it's just we're paying attention to people or listening to them or acknowledging them. That is giving, and that is giving of our time, our energy, our attention. And those are some of the most valuable things we can do, right? Person that changed the most, I think, during this challenge is always me. I know everybody changes too, but the reason I do the challenges is I know what a profound, amazing, incredible impact it has on me and how I show up for other people and how I show up in my life for the people I love and care the most about. So today, I challenge you. What are we going to do today? Let's answer in the comments below. Do you feel like you have had the identity shift? Do you feel like you are a giver? And if you don't, just say, no, I'm not there yet. Because we all move and grow and change and become what we're meant to be in our own time frame. Everybody is on their own journey. I think when we remember that everybody is just doing the best they can with what they've got right now and on their own journey, we're a lot more forgiving and a lot more understanding and a lot less hard on our fellow human beings. So today, let's share if we think we're a giver or a taker, or if you think that you've flipped the switch from doing to being the thing, and that you're getting and you have adopted a new identity, because that's what we're really getting at with each of these 30-day blocks and 30-day focuses on the different areas and aspects of our life framework. If I am, and I say I am physically fit, I am healthy, wealthy, whatever we say behind I am is what we are. So if you're saying, I'm not a giver, I don't participate or whatever, that's different. But you get to decide, and you can make that choice and decision anytime that's right for you. All right, so that's all I've got today. If I can help you in any way with this, if you want to talk about any of it, please just reach out and ask. Otherwise, go out, make an awesome day, and of course, I'll be with you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow.